You're sitting in a $50 million villa overlooking the Mediterranean. Bodyguards at every door. Politicians return your phone calls. But 20 years ago, you were nobody. A broke kid stealing fruit from market stalls in Palermo. This is how you climbed every rank of the most powerful criminal organization in history, the Sicilian Mafia. You're 14 years old, growing up in a cramped apartment in Palermo, Sicily. Your father works 16 hours a day at the docks and still can't pay rent. Your mother patches the same clothes every week. School? Forget it. You dropped out last year. Instead, you run with a crew of neighborhood kids, stealing wallets from tourists, selling knockoff sunglasses, doing whatever it takes to eat. One day, you try to pickpocket the wrong guy, a man in a perfectly pressed gray suit. He catches your wrist before you even touch his wallet. But instead of breaking your fingers, he smiles.
Hey, let go of me!
Bottom tier, the associate. The man's name is Don Ferraro's lieutenant, and he doesn't report you to the police. Instead, he gives you a job. Nothing big. You're a Giovane d'onore, an associate, the absolute bottom. You run errands, deliver sealed envelopes you're not allowed to open, stand on street corners and watch for police. You're basically a human security camera. The pay? Terrible. But it's more money than your father makes in a week. And for the first time in your life, people in the neighborhood look at you differently. Not with pity, with fear. You're 15 now, and you already know the first rule. Keep your mouth shut, always. The second rule? There is no second rule. That's the only one that matters. 2 years pass. You've proven you can keep quiet. You've never once asked what's in those envelopes. Never talked to cops. Never complained. So one night, you get the call. A black car picks you up. No explanation. You're driven to a farmhouse outside the city. Inside, a dark room lit by a single candle. 8 men sit around a wooden table. At the head, a man you've only heard whispered about. The Don. He holds out a small picture of a saint. He places it in your cupped hands. Then he lights it on fire. As it burns your palms, he says, "As this saint burns, so will your soul if you betray this family." You don't flinch. The pain is nothing compared to what you've already survived. You're now a picchiato, a made man, a soldier, and there's no going back. Ever. From now on, this family comes before your mother, before your blood, before God himself. Your first real assignment? Collect protection money from every business on Via Roma. And if they don't pay, well, that's what the baseball bat in your trunk is for. Life as a soldier is simple. You collect, you enforce, you obey. Every week you earn more than your father makes in a month. You buy your mother a new apartment. You buy your first car, a used Alfa Romeo. Not flashy. That's another rule. Never be flashy. The guys who wear gold chains and drive Ferraris, they're the first ones the cops pick up. You stay quiet. You dress normal. And you become the most reliable soldier in Don Ferraro's crew. But being reliable also means being the one they call at 3 a.m., the one who has to dig holes in the countryside, the one who cleans up messes that can never be spoken about. You don't sleep well anymore, but you tell yourself this is temporary. That one day, you'll be the one making calls, not answering them. 5 years in, you're 21 now, and the Don has a problem. One of his capo de china, his captains, he got greedy, skimming money off the top, talking to journalists. That captain disappears one Tuesday and is never seen again. And just like that, you get promoted. You're now a capo de china, a captain. You don't collect money anymore. You have 10 soldiers who do that for you. You control 6 blocks of Palermo. Every restaurant, every shop, every construction project on your territory pays you. And you pay a cut upward to the Don. This is where the real money starts flowing, but it's also where the real problems begin. A rival family, the Corleone clan, wants your territory. They start small, breaking windows of shops that pay you, threatening your soldiers, testing you. You know what they're doing. They're seeing if you're soft. So you send a message, find their top enforcer's car, and you have it crushed into a cube at the junkyard. Then you have it delivered to his front door with a bow on it. The harassment stops the next day, but crushed cars only scare the weak. The Corleone don't scare, they retaliate. One of your soldiers gets jumped, then another one's shop gets firebombed. You take this to the Don, and he gives you the green light. What follows is 6 months of pure chaos. Night raids, car chases through narrow Palermo streets, safe houses compromised, you barely sleep. You change apartments every 2 weeks. You carry 2 phones and trust exactly 3 people on this planet. During the war, you lose 2 of your best men. One to the Corleone, one to the cops, which might be worse because now there's a rat problem. Someone on your crew is feeding information to the police. You set a trap. You tell 4 different people 4 different locations for a weapons drop. When the cops show up at the 3rd location, you know exactly who the rat is. He's never seen again. The war ends. Your side wins. The Corleone clan is broken, and the Don is impressed. Not because you fought hard, every soldier fights hard, but because you were smart. You found the rat. You planned the counterattacks. You didn't just use muscle, you used your brain. So the Don does something almost unheard of. He skips you past underboss entirely and makes you his consigliere, his personal advisor, the brain behind the throne. You're now the second most important person in the family. The underboss handles day-to-day operations, but you sit in every meeting with the Don. Politicians, judges, police chiefs, they all come to you now. Your job isn't to threaten people anymore. It's to think 3 moves ahead, to see the traps before they're set, to whisper the right words into the right ears. You trade your leather jacket for a tailored suit, and for the first time, you realize something terrifying. You're good at this. For 3 years, everything is perfect. The family is making more money than ever. You've got construction contracts, import deals, even a piece of the tourism industry. Everything looks legitimate on paper, but the Don is getting old. His hands shake at meetings now. He forgets names. And his son, an arrogant, hot-headed kid named Marco, thinks he deserves to inherit everything. Marco hates you. He hates that his father trusts an outsider more than his own blood. One night, Marco makes his move. He convinces the underboss and 3 captains that you're planning to overthrow the Don. It's a lie, but it's a convincing one. You get a call from your most trusted soldier at 2 a.m. They're coming for you. Get out, now. You have exactly 90 seconds to grab a bag and disappear into the Sicilian countryside. Everything you built, gone in a single phone call. You spend 3 months hiding in a farmhouse in the mountains, living off bread and well water, thinking, planning, because Marco made one fatal mistake. He didn't kill you. The soldiers who are still loyal, they find you. One by one, they make the trip up the mountain. Your old captains, your enforcers, the people whose families you protected during the war. They choose you, not Marco, not the underboss. You. And on one quiet Sunday morning, while Marco is eating lunch at his favorite restaurant in Palermo, you walk through the front door. Every head in the room turns. Marco's fork freezes halfway to his mouth. You sit down across from him. You don't say a word. You just stare. And he knows. It's over. The old Don passes away that winter, peacefully, in his sleep. And when the family gathers to decide who leads next, there's no debate. Marco is exiled to South America. The underboss who betrayed you? He's given a choice. Retire quietly or don't retire at all. He chooses wisely. You become the new Don, the boss of the family. You're 32 years old. You now control a network that spans all of Western Sicily. Construction, agriculture, imports, politics, everything flows through you. You eat dinner with senators. Your children go to the best schools. On paper, you're a successful, legitimate businessman. But in reality, you are the invisible hand that moves this entire island. You sit in the same chair as the man who once caught a 14-year-old pickpocket in the market. And now, nobody in Sicily makes a move without your permission. You started with nothing, and you became everything. But here's the truth they don't tell you in the movies. The throne is the loneliest place in the world. You can't trust anyone completely. Not your captains, not your advisor, not even your family. Every meal could be your last. Every phone call could be a wiretap. This is the price of power, and you paid it in full. You think the Sicilian Mafia was brutal? You think cutting your way from a pickpocket to a Don was the hardest path to power? You have no idea. There's an island on the other side of the world where a 13-year-old orphan walks barefoot through the neon-lit streets of Tokyo with nothing. No family, no name, no future. Until an old man with a missing finger and a full-body tattoo of a dragon finds him sleeping behind a ramen shop. That old man doesn't call the police. He doesn't take him to a shelter. He hands the boy a white envelope and says one sentence. Deliver this. Don't open it. Don't speak to anyone. Come back before sunrise and you eat. That boy? He doesn't just eat. He becomes the most feared Yakuza boss in the history of Japan. A man who controls Tokyo's underground with an iron fist and a code of honor so ancient, even the police respect it. But to get there, he has to survive something the Sicilians never faced. He has to cut off his own finger. This is your life as every rank of the Yakuza. Coming soon. Subscribe, or you'll miss it.